Hello, welcome. Welcome, gorgeous beings of light, to our Awaken Your 5D Warrior Priestess and Quantum God Codes activation. With me, Star Elmara, and if you know me well, you'll know I'm just known as El. Let us begin by just taking a big, long, slow, deep breath in, right down into our tummy and up into the top of our lungs. And then breathing out through the mouth. And letting go of everything that's outside this moment. And again, big belly breath in right up until the top of your lungs, out through the mouth. Do this several more times. Letting go of everything that's outside this moment and bring your awareness within. I'm going to ask that if you are driving or operating heavy machinery, or you're doing something that requires your full attention, that you turn this off and come back to it later at a time when you can be fully present and have your full attention and not slip off over into another dimension of light, which could easily happen. So please do not drive or operate heavy machinery while doing this activation today. And I want you to continue your awareness on your breath. Let go of everything else that's going on at the moment and just become fully into this moment so you can receive the quantum God codes that are embedded in my voice in this activation. So today I'm going to give you a quick overview of the big miracle that just happened on the 1st of June, and then all the downloads for this new program have been coming in every day and every night too. But I'll give you an overview up to that. Then I'm going to give you an overview of the program, and there is a super special for anyone who joins before we launch in July. I'll explain why we're doing that. And then I'm actually going to do a quantum God code heart activation. For anyone who doesn't have the funds to do the training, or even if you don't want to do the training, but just so that you can begin to connect into the quantum God within your own divine heart, which will change your life in an instant as it did mine on the 1st of June. So you can come back and listen to that at any time in the future and just watch what unfolds in your life after you do that. So just take a big breath in for me, please, and focus on that breath. Turn off your phone, turn off the internet, and just bring your awareness fully in while I share with you the big miracle that happened on the 1st of June, or how we got to it. So we did an amazing program called Activate the God in You and End Your Suffering Now that ended in December. And I just thought I was going to run another one of those programs, but as is the case when Source is taking me somewhere to teach something new, the poop hit the fan. And it started on Christmas night, where we had no power, no internet, no electricity, no phone for 8 days until 3:34 p.m. on the 1st of January 2024. I was so over the heat, the mold, the humidity, and the crime really here on the Gold Coast. So I went, that's it, I'm done, I'm out of here, I'm going to Tasmania. So I began to work with Spirit to go to Tasmania. In February, Jesus came to me in a dream and said to me, Elle, come to Anna Bay, you'll love it here. I'm not one who usually remembers my dreams. And he took me kind of like over a hill, and there was like a desert. Then he took me over another hill, and then there was all these beautiful ocean and bays and whales jumping out in the ocean that you could see from the shoreline. And he said to me, come to Anna Bay, you'll love it. And he goes, you will remember this, won't you? And I'm going, yeah, sure. Anna, Grandmother of Jesus, is my favourite book of all time. And even in the dream, I'm thinking, better be in Tasmania, otherwise I'm not going there. And he repeats that statement to me 3 times. Elle, come to Anna Bay, you'll love it here. And he goes, you will remember Anna Bay. Yes, Anna, Grandmother of Jesus is my favourite book. So that happens 3 times. To my surprise, when I wake up, I remember Anna Bay. And because I don't normally remember my dreams unless they're prophetic dreams that foretell the future. so I look up Anna Bay, and it's in New South Wales, and I didn't necessarily want to live in New South Wales, but anyway, I look it up, and this is what clinched it for me. When I looked it up, Anna Bay is famous for its sand dune tobogganing, and its gorgeous bays. No, I am not going sand dune tobogganing, but it was the desert part that I saw in the dream. I went, oh, okay. So I began to open up to maybe going to Anna Bay, meditating, asking Source, God, to show me what the next step is. And I asked for a sign then in March. Is this the right thing? Is this what you want me to do? And the very next day, my darling landlord comes to me and says, Elle, I'm really sorry, but we've got to give you 3 months' notice. It's just too hard to try and work around you, and we need to renovate this place now. That's been going on for about a year. So I go, okay, that's a good sign, God, thank you. I have to be gone by the 30th of June. Was my last date that I could be here. So come the 1st of June, I'm like, nothing's happened, and I chuck a tantrum with God going, what the heck is going on? You told me you wanted me to go to Anna Bay, and it doesn't feel like you're supporting me, and blah, blah, blah. How do I even know that was Jesus that came to me in a dream? I just don't even know what's going on here, blah, blah, blah. Throwing a tantrum because it hasn't unfolded, and I thought it should have by now. And because I had 3 months, although there's plenty of time to get to Anna Bay, I'll be able to get that happening, and it wasn't happening. So one bit that I've left out there is that a week before this, my lovely landlord takes me. They were concreting the driveway here, and I couldn't get my car out, and I asked her for a tea bag. She goes, why don't you come down to the cafe with me, because her car was parked next door, and she could get her car out. And so I went with her to have coffee or whatever. And as we were driving there, my landlord had just lost her third horse, rescue horse, had passed away. And I don't know how we got onto this, but I remember saying to her, she said something about being angry and pissed off maybe, and I just said to her, oh, well, even Jesus got pissed off, he was removing a snake out of the Essenes compound, because a very venomous, poisonous snake, which was around the children, and he was removing it out of the compound, and it bit him, and he wrung its neck and killed it. And then sat there, Anna tells the story, his grandmother, Anna, grandmother of Jesus, she tells the story of him then transmuting all of that poison in his body back to life. And Mara says to me, that doesn't sound right that Jesus would have done that. And I said, well, remember, he did get angry with all the disciples when they were drunk and trashing up his temple. So he was still a human. I think he wasn't infallible and so on. Anyway, our conversation went on. But on this day, when I'm throwing this tantrum on the 1st of June, throwing this big tantrum going, how the hell do I know it's really you speaking to me? How the hell do I know I'm just not going potty and someone's trying to drive me mad here? And Jesus comes through and says to me, it was me, Elle. And yes, we do want you to go to Anna Bay. Yes, we want you just to keep surrendering and letting go and letting God. Which I teach people to do that, but I have to tell you that sometimes, like when it's running out of time like this, I'm there trying to control it all. So I go, okay, not a problem. It would be great if I got a sign. And Jesus then says to me, and please tell your friend Myra that I was only 15 years old when I wrung the neck of that snake. When we know better, we do better. And God, I can barely say that without crying. I just thought, oh my God, Jesus is listening, because that conversation had happened 1 week prior to this event happening on the 1st of June. At that point, I didn't fall to my knees. It's a bit hard for me to get up when I fall to my knees these days. But I sat down in my chair and I got really still, and I began to connect into Jesus and God and all in my heart. And all of this amazing heart opening took place in my heart. There was just all these incredible downloads that have been happening ever since the 1st of June. And they were just like, we need you right now. This is a time to teach people how to connect to their own God within them. They have to be connected to the fifth dimension, because you can access all dimensions of light from the fifth dimension, and we are going to activate your fifth dimension warrior, warrioress, priestess, priest within you. And then from there, we're going to activate the quantum God within your own heart. They're the only two things that we mostly have. I mean, the things that will come after that will be dependent on the people that are in the training. If you've trained with me before, you know that all of my training is fully designed to the participants that are in that class. So setting a set schedule for the training suits the trainer, but it doesn't necessarily suit the needs of the people. And so this is a 6-month program. What we do know is that we will we'll have 3 sessions a month. 2 of those will be, and those training will take place for 5 of the 6 months, and I'll explain that in just a moment. We'll have like a teaching session about the first week and the third week, and on the second week we're going to have a Ask Me Anything, which could be a personal coaching if you need it. It could be clarification on something you learnt the week before that. So there'll be 3 training sessions a month starting. Probably I'm just using these dates, like the 1st, 8th and 15th. We set all those dates once we have everybody in, and we do our very best to accommodate everybody to do that training. That's the first thing. The second, and they'll be recorded if you can't make a session anyway. Because we won't be starting till probably July, August, it's likely that we will go like August, September, October, November. That's 4 months. And then even we might start the first session in December. That'll be sorted out then. But give you the Christmas break off. Why? Because Ramdas very clearly says, if you want to know how enlightened you are, just invite your family over for a week. But it will give you an opportunity to practice everything you've learnt, and then we will come back in the January, maybe mid-January or whatever, and finish that class off, so that we can just fully integrate what learned and work through what may or may not have happened at Christmas time for you. But we're hoping that by Christmas time, in 4 months' time, you're fully connected to your God source, and spending a week or whatever with your family for Christmas is going to be a piece of cake for you. That's our goal. But it's also to awaken your own God, Goddess within you, or within your own divine heart, and have you fully surrendered to the God within you, and also so that anything that is not of God, from God, or in your highest God purpose is deleted with these higher vibrations that we're waking up inside of you. So that's our plan for the training. And it's still downloading now, so I can't give you any more information than that. As I mentioned, I have to move out of where I am by June the 30th. So what we've decided to offer, the training program will be $6,660 for the 6-month program. When we do the launch program, we'll have a great idea of what's going to happen in that. For 1 week, there'll be a 50% off scholarship, meaning that'll be $3,330. But those of you who are attracted to this and the activation I'm about to do after this, or those of you who've worked with me before and just know this is the right next step for you, the cost of that program as a pre-launch special will be $3,000 if you pay it all up front in one go, in one payment. So any of you that are interested in that, can I please go to www.gaia1temple.com. I'm just in the process of doing a little mini website about that. But if it's not done, then you'll just end up at my normal website and just fill out the contact form and just let me know you're interested. And we'll set up a divine discovery call to see if it's the right next step for you. Breathe for me, please. I should have said at the start of this, when I talk about God, I am not religious, I am deeply spiritual. I'll have to put that in the comments now. We are talking about the God that lives within you, the Goddess that lives within you. And what was Jesus originally referred to as God within you before the church bastardized it all. We are not talking about some big white bearded man up in the sky. We are talking about the eternal, rich, abundant, gorgeous, gorgeous, sexy, radiant, powerful, beyond measure, being of light you are in a human body here on earth to do big things at this great time of awakening. So, big breath in for me, please. Let me just check my notes because I made a few. Because last time it went for, the last recording I did of this went for 50 minutes. So, I've been told to shorten it. So, I just want to check that I've told you everything before I start the God heart activation. And so it's about 15 minutes in. For those of you who don't want to do the training, but you want to awaken the God in your own divine heart, then you can just come to 15 minutes in and do this. Do it every day for 28 to 44 days and see what shows up in your life. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. The super special offer or the pre-launch offer is available to 5 people only. And yeah, we really just want those that cannot afford, because there's so many spiritual people that are struggling. And if you do this activation every day, you might find that the money shows up for you before we even start the program. That's how powerful it is. So, but it's a 6-month trading program. It's heavily discounted. Gosh, I used to charge $6,000 for a training program 20 years ago. So it's heavily discounted at $6,000, and we're going to, for those who pay up front, you'll receive it for $3,000, $3,330, and $3,000 if you pay pre-launch, only because we want to get this information to everybody. It is time. We have no more time left. We need those who know that they came here to do something special, to raise their vibration up. And as you connect into Mother Earth and the Sun and your own divine oneness, then that helps raise the frequency of Mother Earth so she can just flip into the light. So I think I've got all that. And it doesn't matter if I haven't. This is really just you to get a feel, if you don't know me, for my energy. And for those who want to do the God activation every day by themselves. And it's also for those who know me and know my work and know that this is the right next step for you, who want to get on board and save yourself an extra $330. So basically, if you join pre-launch, you'll get about 60% off the cost of the program. So I want you to place your right hand on your heart, please. And just bring your, we're going to start the Quantum God Heart activation now. So it's at 18 minutes into the video. For those of you who want to come back and just do this. But do come back and do it daily. And if you're 5 days into it or 8 days into it and you can't feel all the fuzzies, don't stop doing it, because that's when your energy is matching the energy coming in. A lot of people who do the work, they can't feel all warm and fuzzy, and they stop doing it, and then they wonder why all the good stuff. But those who stay on for 18, 22, 28 days, that's when the magic begins to show up in their life. And there's plenty of testimonials on my website that will confirm that. So, and if you're 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old, and you've had a terrible life up to here, it's going to take more than probably 8 days just to break through the barriers and the walls that you put up around your heart. So if we dropped them all and all the light just came in instantly, you would freak out. You would absolutely freak out if you knew how infinitely powerful and beautiful and radiant and abundant and joyous you truly are. So step by step, breathing in. I want you to imagine or take your awareness up from your hand on your heart, up through the top of your crown chakra, through your crown, if you don't know what that is, through soul star, stellar gateway, universal gateway, cosmic gateway, into the sun, the central sun, and the great central sun. This is awesome to do standing barefoot out in the sun as well, or sitting outside in the sun. Breathe in now and draw the sun down through your whole being. Breathe it out into your body. Take the last 5% down into the core of Mother Earth, where there's a big golden sun there. tie your energy around the core of Mother Earth. Bring that energy from Earth back up. Breathe it out into your body. Take the last 5% up to the suns. And just keep that breath in a circular motion, breathing down from the sun, breathing out into your body. Last 5% into the core of Mother Earth, breathing up from the earth, bringing all the earth energy up, sustaining your physical life here on earth. Breathe it out into your body. Take the last 5% up to the sun and just bring yourself into alignment with the sun and the earth. And now on your next breath out, next breath up from the core of Mother Earth, I want you to breathe out into your heart, into your physical heart and your heart chakra. And just imagine then you're bringing energy. Every breath in is drawing energy down from the sun and up from the earth, and breathing that out into your beautiful physical heart. And I want you to imagine that the golden light that is pouring down from the sun and up from the earth is going into your physical heart and into your physical blood, and it's beginning to circulate around your body to your 100 trillion cells and your 100 trillion telomeres, activating the God within each and every one of those cells. Now, scientists have proven that each one of those cells has enough power within just one of those 100 trillion cells to light up a whole city. So imagine, if you will, within the cells of your being, within your body, in other words, you have enough power to light up 100 trillion cities. But most of us drag our bum out of bed every day because we've been so dulled down by society, by our governments, by religion. Nobody wants to know how powerful you really are. And this quantum God heart activation is going to show you just a teensy-weensy bit of how infinitely powerful you are and why your life may not have been working the way that you want it to. Breathe. And just so you know, there's some controversy whether there's 37 trillion cells, 75 trillion cells, or 100 trillion cells. Sources always told me there's 100 trillion cells, but I'm bigger than most, so that might be it. If you feel like it's 75, go with 75. I just like 100 trillion cells, and it works. That's what they told me there was. I've heard other people that are scientists like Greg Braden say there's 100 trillion cells, and that's good enough for me. So. And now I want you to take your awareness into your body anywhere, and it could just be in your heart. If you don't feel like your heart is wide open with love and joy, if you don't wake up bound out of bed with love and joy and abundance in your heart and in every cell of your being, maybe start with your heart. But you may also have, as I did, which is what led up to this, I had some problems with my knees and my feet. This is what led up to like the 1st of June thing, I mean. And you can just bring that energy down from the sun into your heart, activating the God cells, and then just breathing that God source energy into your knees or into any pain in your body or into any illness that you have in your body as well. Or you can just keep breathing into your heart and letting the blood circulate all of this God source energy to all of your 100 trillion cells and begin to wake them up. If you've worked with me before, you'll know we talk about the 99.39% pure God source that exists in every cell. Yet 99% of our energy is focused on that 0.61% physical being. They have scientifically proven now that we are just space. We look solid, everything is just space. But if we were to blow you up, we would see every cell is 99.39% space and 0.61% physical. Yet we focus 99 or even 100% of our energy on that 0.61%. And pure magic begins to show up when you begin to focus on the spaciousness of who you truly are. And right now, I'm going to just do a little exercise to show you how powerful and how expansive you are when you think outside the box, when you think outside your body, when you connect into that 99.39% pure God source. So I want you just to breathe into your heart and your 100 trillion cells. And I want you to imagine the light of who you are, the God source being of light you truly are, is filling up firstly your 100 trillion cells and your 100 trillion centimeters. So breathe in into your God source, quantum God source in your heart. Breathe it out and let it activate your 100 trillion cells and your 100 trillion telomeres. And do this several times. And now, next breath in, into the God, quantum God heart, activating that, and breathe it out into your 500 trillion auric cells. You are so infinitely powerful and intelligent, you just have to ask that. Even if you're a little brain, your head might go, oh, what's that? I don't know how to do that. Just ignore that. Just ask, can you please breathe pure God source out now into my 100 trillion cells, 100 trillion telomeres, and my 500 trillion auric cells. And you'll begin to feel yourself begin to expand into the magnificence of who you truly are. Breathe in again. And this time I want you to expand that energy out past all your cells and in all directions. Expand that energy out 10 feet around you in all directions and fill up the room that you are sitting in or standing in. And you can place your left hand over the top of your right hand if you want to, or you can just have your left hand up in receiving mode, left palm up, I mean. And now, this time you're going to expand the energy out even further into the house that you are living in or the building you're in. Just ask for it to expand out. You'll begin to feel yourself becoming really expansive. Next breath in to the pure God source. As you're breathing out, expand your beautiful 100 trillion cells and God source energy out into the town, the suburb, or the city that you're living in, please. Just ask for it to go there and focus just on the breath. Stay out of your head. Keep your awareness in your heart. Your heart is 100 trillion times, 100,000 times more powerful than the brain. And scientists have also proven that you have 40,000 superconscious cells in your heart, and that's what we're working with at the moment. Next breath out, breathing your gorgeous God source light out into the state that you're living in. Next breath out into the country that you're living in. Big breath in, activating the quantum God heart within you, and this time bring it out into the whole planet Earth and all the countries on Earth, sending your light out into the world. Keep focused on your breath. If you hear your ego going, I can't feel anything, just say, no, what can I feel? That is a trick that the ego does to keep you stuck. You just go, no, what can I feel? Because as soon as you go, you're so infinitely powerful, and you go, I can't feel anything. You can't feel anything because that's what you're creating. So just go, no, what can I feel? Breathe. And now I want you to breathe out past planet Earth into the solar system for Mother Earth or planet Earth. You can just visualize this if you want to imagine golden light streaming out past the earth and into the solar system. Breathing into the quantum God, source, being of light you truly are. Breathing out this time into the galaxy that planet Earth sits in. You might find things are starting to get a bit still powerful, but still, that's normal. Next breath out, we want you to go to the galaxy that Mother Earth sits in. And what we're trying to do here is show you, get to the limits of who you truly are, and you will see that you can keep on expanding ad infinitum, and you're not going to come to the end of it because you are pure God source in a physical body. That galaxy thing goes on for about another 5 or 10 galaxies. So to just short circuit that a little bit, cut up a little bit of time, we're just going to now take the next breath in and ask the God, Goddess within you, the quantum God, Goddess within your own divine heart, to expand that energy out across all time and space, across all dimensions of light, and into all worlds, galaxies, and universes. Just breathe. How cool is that? And you could just keep on breathing and expanding and expanding and expanding beyond all time and space, all dimensions of light, all universes, galaxies and worlds. Because that's you. You are the God source light that exists in you, in the trees, in the earth, in the sun, in your car, in your house, in the animals, in the birds, in the plants, everything. And while you're out here, I just want you to ask for one thing, whether that is, hey, God, can you help me receive $1,000 a week, if that's what you want? Can you help me? Can you help me heal the pain in my knees? Can you help me return my body to its original divine cellular memory? Anything, just pick one and stick with that one for 28 days and to 44 days until you see progress in your life. And I want you to keep your awareness out there in all time and space, all dimensions of light, all universes, worlds and galaxies, and worlds. But just keep your awareness out there, keep your energy field out there, but start to bring your energy back in to the core of who you are. Bring your awareness back into the core of who you are. And as you're coming back in, notice how all these bits and pieces, you can ask, show me how I can earn $1,000 a week, $10,000 a month, $1 million a year. Doesn't matter what the question is. But just see as you're beginning to bring your awareness back in, all lights, people, places lighting up as you bring your awareness back into the core of who you are. And you should feel incredibly expansive, but also fully connected to your own physical being. It is through our a lot of spiritual people leave through the crown and go out and do stuff, but it doesn't help because you are in a physical body on physical earth plane to learn physical lessons and to raise the consciousness of earth through those 100 trillion cells in your being. Isn't that cool? How cool is all that? So now just to anchor this in, this is just the first step of our 6 months Awaken Your 5D Warrior, Priestess and Quantum God Codes activation in your heart, or 6-month program. This is just an activation of that. And I just want you to become aware of your tailbone. If you're standing, it'll go through your feet as well. But just imagine that you're sending a grounding cord down through your tail, through your spine, down through the tailbone, down through your feet. And just tie that around Mother Earth so you're fully grounded here on Earth. But I also want you to see a big crystalline cord going up from the base of your spine, up your spine, out through your crown, through the suns, the central sun, the great central sun, out through the Galactic Diamond Federation and connecting into the external quantum gods, quantum eternal source power that is external to you as well. Keeping your hand on your heart. I just want you to take a moment to thank the God within you for showing up, and just show you can even ask here, go into prayer, ask God, show me how I can live my divine purpose. Show me how I can serve humanity in a greater way. Show me how I can make $1,000 a week, $1,000 $10,000 a month, whatever that is that you're looking for. Show me my unique spiritual gifts, talents and abilities, because that's really what this 6 month is going to do. It's going to awaken your unique spiritual gifts. Maybe you came to talk to the animals. Maybe you came to work with crystals. Maybe you became to heal Mother Earth. There's a million different versions of what people come for. But I can assure you the fifth dimension isn't about you waiting for a spaceship to come take you away, which is what the fifth dimension has become, unfortunately, because it's just been bastardized and everybody's just decided that they're going to get saved. You are not going to get saved. The only way you're getting out of here is if you go out of here in a box. But you are here in a physical body to raise the frequency of yourself, all those loved ones around you, and Mother Earth, so that Mother Earth can ascend into 1,000 years of peace, prosperity, and abundance. Alrighty. So, from this little activation, I'd like to thank you all for just being here for it, firstly. If you don't want to do the training, fine, but can I ask that you maybe do this activation every day for a month and see what shows up in your life, firstly. And those of you who want to join us and know that this is right for you, you can apply for a divine discovery session with me. It'll be with me, because we like to make sure that everybody's ready to do this training. And you can do that either through if you just go to www.gaia1temple.com, you'll either end up at elmaraseraphim.com, or if I've got the web page finished, you'll end up at the new overview of this program page. Gaia One Temple is spelled GAIAONE Temple TEMPLE.com. Not .au for you Aussies, just GaiaOneTemple.com. And those of you who decide to jump in and pay before the actual official launch, you will receive an extra, almost 10% it is. If it was 10%, it'd be $333, but $330 just makes it $3,000, which makes it easier for me. So if that interests you and you know that you're meant to be doing this, please book a call with me and we'll see whether this is the right next step for you. Alrighty. Love, love, love. I've got to go. I promised God I would make this shorter, but we're already at 40 minutes. So love, love, love. My deepest love and richest blessings to you all. You can also ask me any questions via my website on the contact form as well. Alrighty. Love, love, love. My deepest love and richest blessings to you all. Have a truly blessed day, blessed week, blessed life, and I look forward to working with some of you maybe in the near future. Bye for now.